This Teraflex Extreme Heavy Duty Drag Link kit is for those of you that have a 2007 and up JK and are looking for a drag link that's going to be much stronger than factory. Not only is the drag link itself going to be a lot stronger, but the joints that are included are a lot stronger as well, and they're going to be adjustable, so if you ever were to get a little bit of additional play, a little bit of wear out of them, you can simply adjust them instead of needing to completely replace them right off the bat. Now this kit is available as you see it here, which is going to be a factory style replacement drag link. You can also get this with a drag link flip kit, which of course is going to require some additional hardware, but is going to give you a little bit of additional clearance. And you can get this as part of Teraflex's heavy duty steering kit that's going to include not only the drag link, but also a tie rod. So you have a couple different options there. Now this is going to be a very, very well built, very strong version of an aftermarket drag link for your JK. And because of that, and the fact that this comes with adjustable tie rod ends built right into it, this is going to be one of the more expensive options on the market. However, when you consider the fact that this may be the last drag link you would have to buy for your JK because you can simply adjust those tie rod ends, all of a sudden it becomes worth the cost, and I do think you're getting a very high quality piece. As far as the construction goes, you're getting a 1 1/4 inch outer diameter forged steel track bar. This does have a factory style adjuster on it, so you'll be able to recenter your steering wheel without having to remove one end or the other of your drag link. As I've mentioned a couple times now, I really like the adjustable tie rod ends that Teraflex is including in a lot of their components these days. You can simply loosen up a couple of set screws, go ahead and crank down on that and get rid of any play that might come up after you're using this for a good long time, instead of just having to unscrew that tie rod end, throw it away and get a new one like you would in your more traditional setups. These tie rod ends are also going to be a 4140 chromoly steels, so it's going to take a lot to get them to wear out, but again, if they start to do that, you can go ahead and make those adjustments. Now, when you are running a much beefier drag link like this setup, you are going to have to run at least a set of 17-inch OEM wheels, or depending on your back spacing, possibly a set of 17-inch aftermarket wheels, because you do have a much bigger knuckle that you're going to have to deal with. But either way, do keep in mind that you have to make sure you have clearance for this setup because it is going to be a lot larger than factory. Getting this installed is going to be a pretty simple 1 out of 3 wrenches. You're going to be able to unbolt your factory drag link and bolt this into place without the need to do any drilling or any cutting. Now, the first step in the installation is going to be removing that factory drag link, which you can do by removing the cotter pins and the castle nuts, and then removing it from both the steering knuckle and the pitman arm. On the pitman arm side, I do recommend using a pitman arm puller. Trying to hit the drag link off of the pitman arm with a big hammer can cause damage to your steering box, which is a very expensive repair. So do yourself a favor, purchase a pitman arm puller. It's going to make that process a lot easier. On the steering knuckle side, you're going to want to strike the steering knuckle on the flattened portion perpendicular to your factory tie rod end. You're not going to want to strike down on the top of the tie rod end. That can mushroom the end out, making it much more difficult to remove from the steering knuckle, causing all sorts of other damage and making your install much, much more difficult. Once that's out of the way, you can take a measurement of your factory drag link and set your new drag link to that same length. That's going to help eliminate any issues with centering the steering wheel after the install. Once you've made your adjustments with the clamp, go ahead and tighten those clamps, make sure nothing's going to move, and then you can go ahead and install your new adjusted drag link in the place of the factory one. This drag link is going to run you right around $360, and as I said, that's going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other aftermarket upgraded drag links that you can get. But with this one, I think you're going to get a ton of strength. You're not going to have to worry about this bending or flexing when you're off-road, and you're also going to get those adjustable tie rod ends. So in my opinion, this is going to be worth the additional cost. So if you're looking for a very strong factory style replacement drag link for your JK, I definitely recommend taking a look at this one from Teraflex, and you can find it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.